اوكي منا ريم.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, can you answer this question
Yes.
and say why?
D.
D. Why D?
Because outside there is water and inside there is
Yes,
high
and here high
water
concentration
movement.
of sucrose. Okay. But no problem for concentrated sucrose solution or very concentrated sucrose solution. Here the water has high concentration from inside, so the water move from inside from outside here to inside, so the level of water in tube 1 and 2, it will be increase or rise. Okay. This paper 3, Nada? 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 Ilaf?
Yes, Mr.
Can you answer this one?
Okay, show a plant, figure 2.1 shows a plant cell after it has been in solution of glucose for 15 minutes. Draw a line on figure 2.1 to link each level to the correct structure. Cell membrane is after the first line, and cytoplasm is like the it's like vacuole is the one with the, like, can I annotate to show it? Or?
Okay. Okay, wait.
Yeah, I can. This is vacuole. This is the cytoplasm and the cell membrane here.
Cytoplasm and cell membrane. Okay. Letter B.
The plant cell in figure 2.1 was then placed in distilled water. Figure 2.2 shows the appearance of cell after 15 minutes in distilled water. Can you scroll?
Okay, wait. Show the appearance of the cell after 15 minutes in distilled water.
The plant cell has absorbed the vacuole have absorbed a lot of water, so
What happens to the cell? Cell will? Will what? Will increase?
cell wall yeah, cell wall will increase and
will increase, yes, will increase in volume. Okay. What else?
the large vacuole will water in it will increase.
Okay. Also, the vacuole will also increase in volume. Okay. What else?
It will become turgid.
But what happens to the cell wall and cell membrane? What happens to the cell wall or cell membrane?
Mister, I can't hear you.
What happens to the cell wall or cell membrane?
The cell wall will stretch and increase.
What? The cell wall or cell membrane? Is what is stretched, So the cell here, cell will increase in volume, or vacuole will increase in volume or size, and cell wall and cell membrane stretched. Okay, and here you can write cell will expand and change in its shape, and change its shape. Okay, so here is the two ways in which the plant cell has changed. Cell will expand and change its shape. Cell will increase in volume or size. Vacuole will increase in volume because water move inside the vacuole, will fill the vacuole with water. And cell wall or cell membrane is stretched. Thank you. Explain why the plant cell changed when it was placed in distilled water. Muhammad Alaa, can you answer? Explain why the plant cell changed. Okay, Dana.
Yes, mister.
Can you answer? Explain why the plant cell changed when it was placed in distilled water.
Because it lost water, so
Lose water? How lose water?
it gained water. So when it gained water
Yeah.
inside, it became turgid, and the cell wall.
Okay, so water moves. Water moves.
Water moves from. Yes, it moves into the cell.
Okay, into the cell.
And the cell becomes turgid.
Or vacuole. Okay. The cell or vacuole.
Mister, can we say cell wall?
Cell wall?
Cell wall.
What?
The vacuole is sticking on the cell wall.
Yes, yes. Here water moves into the cell or vacuole by what?
By osmosis.
By osmosis. From what?
High water potential to low water potential.
Excellent.
In the
From
cell.
higher water potential to the lower water potential through what? Through
partially
yes,
partially
permeable through partially permeable membrane.
Mister, can we say cell wall, cell membrane?
But here
through cell membrane.
You have to write partially permeable membrane for osmosis.
So,
this is specific for osmosis.
In active transport, we write cell membrane, right?
Yes. Partially permeable membrane. Okay. That's enough. Water moves into the cell vacuole by osmosis from higher water potential to the lower water potential through or across partially permeable membrane. Okay. Let's see the next question. Aya? Aya? Aya Muhammad? Okay, Yusuf Abdulaziz. Noor. Noor. Hassan. Who?
Yes, Mister.
Okay, can you answer this one?
Yes.
Okay, start.
Complete this statement. Water moves into and out of the cell by osmosis.
By osmosis. Oh, so easy. This paper 4 for 1. Water is known as
Solvent.
solvent. Excellent, solvent. Because it can dissolve solutes. Let's see question B. A leaf cell was put into a solution. The water potential of the solution was lower than the water. Okay, so here water potential means what? Means a high salt and low water. So the water potential of the solution was lower than the water potential of the content of the cell. So here the content of the cell, more water, less salt. Start.
Figure 1.1 is a sketch of the cell after 3 hours in the solution.
Okay. The leaf cell was transferred into pure water. Water. Sketch the expected appearance of the cell after it had been in the pure water for 3 hours. Draw one arrow on your sketch to show the direction of water movement. Water move from inside to outside or from outside to inside?
From outside to inside.
Yes. Why?
Because it has low water.
Low water inside?
Yes.
Okay. Because here the water potential of solution was lower than the water potential of the content. So inside the cell, more water but less salt. But here, when you put the cell in the pure water for 3 hours, what happens? The water move into the cell. Water move into the cell. Okay, thank you. A plant was not okay. Let's draw here. Let's draw. The cell wall. and the cell membrane. Okay. And here no space between cell wall and cell membrane. The vacuole increase in its size. Then the first one, here this nucleus. Okay. Question C, a plant was not watered for 1 week. Figure 1.2 show a series of photographs of the plant during the week. Here day 0, day 3, day 7. Explain how the lack of water had affected the support of the leaves of the plant shown in figure 1.2. Use the term turgor pressure in your answer. Mariam or Judy, who can answer? Mariam? Judy? Nada? Nada?
Yes, Mister.
Can you answer?
Yeah.
Use the term. Okay. And explain.
When the cells don't have water, it makes them weaker.
Wait, what is the meaning of turgor pressure? Turgor pressure. Turgor, yeah, turgor pressure is what? Is the force within the cell pushes the plasma membrane against the cell wall. And here the pressure exerted by what? By osmotic flow of water. This is called what? Turgidity. And causes by what? By osmotic flow of water through permeable membrane. So now you can explain. So here what happens?
Mr. Don't understand.
Yeah. You didn't understand this point?
No.
Okay. The turgor pressure, this is the force. The force that cell pushes the plasma membrane against the cell wall. Like the first question. So here this pressure exerted by what? By osmotic flow of water. This is called the turgidity. And caused by what? Osmotic flow of water through permeable membrane. For the cell to be turgid, when you put the cell in pure water, okay, it expands and increase in size, and to push on the cell membrane and cell wall against cell wall. This is called osmotic pressure. Can you answer now? How?
There is no water.
The lack of water.
There is no water to exert pressure on the cell wall.
So lack of water cause what?
There is plasmolized.
No, 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 no. Lack of water causes lack of
Pressure
what?
on the
Lack
cell wall.
of turgor. Turgor
Pressure on the cell
pressure.
wall.
Yes, turgor pressure. Turgor pressure. At the end of the week. And also and no longer a push against what? Against
Cell wall.
cell wall. Against cell wall. Okay, so what happens to the cell? The cell will collapse. Will collapse. Okay, and becomes plasmolyzed. Becomes plasmolyzed. Lack of water causes lack of turgor pressure and no longer a push against cell wall. The cell will collapse and becomes plasmolyzed. Okay, this is cause what? This cause wilting. Wilting. Next question. Which diagram show the appearance of a plant cell several minutes after it has been placed in concentrated solution of sugar? If you put the plant cell in concentrated solution, the water will move out, so the cell will be shrink. So the correct answer A. But if you put the plant cell in the pure water, what happens? The water moves into the cell. The cell will swell and increase inside. So the correct answer C for pure water. The bridge show is used to demonstrate osmosis. The mass of the dialysis tubing and contents was at the start of the demonstration, and here 11.2 gram at the start and 9.4 gram at the end. Which solution would cause the change in mass? Here what happens? The mass decrease. The mass decrease. The mass decrease. So here Q, the mass decrease, because here what happens? What happens? That cause the mass decrease. Ahmed, what could the mass to be decreased? Mazen. Mazen. Safe. Safe. آية. محمد تامر.
Yes.
What could the mass to be decreased here?
Again, Mr. Ademi.
What happens to the solution B? Solution B. More concentration, high concentration, or low concentration?
Low.
B. low concentration than Q?
Sorry, Mr. But I'm in year 9 and I still didn't start with the osmosis part, so I don't fully understand it.
Okay. Here solution, which solution would cause the change in mass? Here the mass of the dialysis tubing and content was 11.2 at the start. And at the end, 9.4. So here the mass of this tube decrease. What happens? The concentration, the salt concentration inside the Q lower than concentration of salt solution in B. So what happens? The water move from inside to the outside, because here lower concentration of salt and high concentration of water, because here the mass decrease. So what caused the mass decrease? The concentration of Q lower than concentration of B. So here solution Q 5% salt and solution B 10% salt. So why it is not C or D? If solution B water, so here water move inside, so here the mass will increase. So it is wrong. Here the mass decrease. Uncooked pieces of potato of identical size were placed in different liquids for 1 hour and then measured. Which liquid will cause decrease in size? Decrease in size. So the water move out. So the correct answer C, because sugar solution more concentrated outside than inside. So the water moves from inside to the outside. So that cause decrease in size. So sugar solution more concentrated than the potato cell content. Uncooked piece of potato was placed in a solution after 2 hours. The size of piece of potato had decreased. Which will explain why this has happened and how the potato cell have changed. Water potential inside the potato cell, it is high water potential and low salt. Inside the potato cell, inside cell, high water, low salt. So the water move out of the cell by osmosis from higher water potential to the lower water potential in solution. So the correct answer B, the potato cell higher water potential and solution lower water potential. What happens to the potato cell? Potato cell becomes